created, which is D. So Django. Okay. Django B1 is here. So you can look for a folder as well. So we click on open, and then now we have it open for us. So for those who were not here yesterday, this one we created, this what we needed was to create a new project on top of it. So what we did was that we did Django pip install for us to install Django. But I know by now everyone has been able to install Django. Is there anyone here who still have issues with Django installation? Anyone who has issue with Django installation? Okay, so it means that we are okay. So now what we do is that we're going to go and bring our commands that we used yesterday. Where is it? Okay, so we can pick it from here. So that so first of all, let's open it. We'll tie the commands from here. Oh, sorry. I think I was speaking behind the camera. With the microphone off. Sorry. So what I did was that I created a project. I think this one we did yesterday too. We created a project and then we've initialized the project. We created a database and we initialized the database. Now we're going to run the application for us to see if it will run. So what you do is that I have a project, I've closed it. I'll put in the Python manage.py run server. So now what you see here is indication that the Python project that you have done is successful and it has been launched on a certain port. Let's select this one and go and put it in a browser, or you can press Control and click on this link. So for those of us who want to be simple, so what do that? We copy it and we go to the browser and you put it in the browser and then you click on it. So now you have the browser in there, you click on it like this, and then your project should be seen. This is what we got to yesterday. And for those of you who were not here yesterday, I think if you have followed through, you should be up to speed by now. Now, this is a web framework that you can use to design your web application, web project, and everything that you need to do with it. Next, we want to see Django has an admin page that will have your username and password. So let's say if you do, now it is 127.0.1.0.1 colon 8000. If you put the cursor behind the 8000 and do / and you type admin, you'll see that it gives you this, which is Django administration, which is actually the administration, the back end of the application that you are developing, where you can also have your database to create user accounts that should be able to log into the application's back end and all of that. So now we don't have any account on it. When you install Django, it's as blank as anything. So now what you need to do is that you need to create a super user that will be used to create, that will be used to log into this application. So now what we do is that we're going to execute a certain command. This command you don't have, so I'll put it in the chat as well for you. So we are going to create a super user. It is Python manage.py create super user. So this is the command. So I'm going to execute my own and see. So I did this, so controls. So if you are running it and you want to stop it, you do Control C. So the Control C will stop the server. Now I'll put that command there. Let me clear the screen so that we will see where. So we clear the screen. This is what we see. So here you are going to do python.manage.py.create super user. You're going to hit enter. When you hit enter, it says username. Leave blank to use your default account name on your machine, or you type your specific password. I want to use my specific username, so I do Isiama. And then that is going to be the username I'm going to use to log into the admin page. And I hit on it. It's asking me for email address. Let me do it. I'll tap on it. It says, what password do I want to use? I type my password. It says the password again. So what is telling me that my password is too short, but that's what I want to use. So I will say, it says bypass password validation and create user anyway. So that's what I want. I want to use that simple password for my development. On production, that will be different, but on my test environment, I want it as simple as possible so that when I'm debugging, I don't have to type complex password to be able to get inside. Any question to this point? Okay, so now what you do is that you click yes. And now it says super user created successfully. Super user created successfully. Now, what it means is that the super user has been created successfully. We are going to run our app again and see whether we'll be able to log in. So the account, this thing has been run again. And now we have this. I'm going to type in my user and my password. So now we'll be able to log into the backend of Django. Any questions to this point? Any questions? Okay. So here, if you want more users, you can come and create more users. If you want more groups, you can come and create more groups. So currently there are no groups here, there are users. So now there's only one user. In case you want to add a new user, you can go there and add a new user to it. So here, in case you want to add a new user, we click here. It will give us the username. Let's say you want to do a username for Kwame. And then a password, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the email address, Kwame. No, password. Okay, the password again. Then you will save there. Okay, so it's asking for some validation. It says required 150 character or fewer. Okay, so okay, actually it was the password that didn't work. I typed different password at different points. Okay. Okay, so I think the password was weak. Now the password has been created. So we have, when you go to users, you should see that Kwame's name is there. So now if you even ask for a list of users, you have Kwame, you have Siama. So you can create more users to be able to log in at the back end of your application and be able to do whatever you want to do. So basically, this is the back end of Django. We'll go back to the front end and then continue the training from there. Okay, so this is it now. You will see, you will do Control C to stop our server. Okay. Now, when you see our project, we have this, the project name that you did. We have manage PY, which we saw. We have the project name again, and we have this initialize or init.py, settings.py, url.py, and then web wsgi.py. Let's look at it from here. So by default, when you open this, you have this. We are looking at the init.py. We have asgi.py, settings.py, then we have the urls.py, and then wgi of py. So now let's look at what those files are for. So when you come to the manage py, which I've already spoke to you about, is that is a command line utility for various Django management tasks. So you can actually use it to create folder and other things and communicate with it. Use it to create tasks, use it to run the application, use it to initialize database and all of that. That is the interface, the command line utility that you can use to do that. Okay, so the project name again that comes after what you have created already, which is in effect this one. You see the project when we created, it gave us a project name initially like this, and within it there was another project name. So when you go here, you will see that that is what the structure here. The main structure is here. We have PY at the same level as the project name, which we have seen there. And now we go back to the actual files that are in there. So we have that the settings, as we see here, is for your configuration settings of your project. So all the configurations that you want to put in your applications will go into the settings file. So when you go there and you open settings, this is what you see currently. There's not much in there, but that will be for our configuration files and all that. Oh, okay. So I was explaining this in the mic off. So what we said was that manage.py is a command line utility for various Django tasks. We also look at the project name, which comes the second one as a root directly for your project. And then you have settings.py, which is configuration settings for your project. And then you have the URLs where we put all the routing protocols there, which we've already seen. So James, what did you hear about I was still muted when I was explaining the routing.url.
You are muted.
I was muted. Okay, let me explain that briefly, and then I can move on that page. So what I was saying is that the routing settings. So here is for your settings in the application. The routing URL, which is very important because it's going to affect how you do your things, is the fact that every application which I went to Yahoo to show, Yahoo is this, and then when you open the application, by default, it sends you to a place. That is, you have like they have mapped the application already. All these links here have a place that it will open for you when you click on it. These are managed by routing. So the routing is navigating you to the place. So in some other applications, they say it's the navigation. So it directs you that when you click on this, open this page. When you click on that, open that page. When you click on that, open that page. So here, when you click on finance, it takes us to finance.yahoo.com, which is another interface in the system. What tells it which file to open is what the routing is supposed to do. So when you look at this particular URL like this, you see that Python admin slash. So anytime you do admin slash, this is where it's supposed to go. We can create another file, which will also take us to another place, depending on what you are supposed to do. So this is the routing protocol, and it helps us to be able to manage the routes. Please, any question up to this point? Okay, so for us, we're going to it's rather unfortunate that today I wanted us to create a page yourself, giving you all the basis of being able to create a project. So what I'm going to do is that we are going for this weekend, and we will not come back here until Monday. Monday, I'll try and finish up with my sections on this Python programming language and the web application intro, where we do all this. So basically, for those of them that are here, we will just do a run through this, and then we will show you how to create a simple application task that you can use to start and learn from there. So what I want to do is that I want all of us to go there, possibly create a Python. So what it means that we want you to go use ChatGPT, and then on your own, create a Python project that you can use to create. Okay, so let me put a question in there. Then I will try our hands over the weekend. And Monday we come back, we can look at it before we start the day's activity. So you create a Python project, create So I think so we will go try our hands on this, and then when we come on Monday, we will also go through this, and then we can end our Django section, because that will give us basically how you can go there. Try your hands on it. If you have any difficulties, that will be able to help you to understand what we do on Monday when we are closing our section on this, and then the geo aspect will start from when my section ends. So basically, this is it. James, I'll pass this on to you, and then you can push it to everyone, and then they can use it. Please, any question up to this point? Okay, all right. So thank you, James. That's I think that's all for today. I'm really sorry for the mess up there. The internet that messed us up for today's section. We'll meet on Monday, and then we will be able to catch up there. Thank you very much. Meet you on Monday. James, can you take over from here?